Welcome back. In downtown Minneapolis, an icon of the city is celebrating its 30th anniversary. KARE 11 digital reporter Sam Fisher caught up with one of the inventors of the Grape Ape.
On the corner of First Avenue and 5th Street is a place where Minnesota legends are remembered and others
It was a slow Saturday afternoon.
are born.
Probably when I die, it'll be on my gravestone that here lies the inventor of the Grape Ape.
That pleasant purple drink
So it's just Absolute Citron, sweet and sour, splash of Sprite, and Buddy's grape soda.
got its start right here
Me and Danny Baker, two of us, 1995.
with Marcus Dorn
Thanks, you guys.
at the Loon Cafe.
Danny and I were just messing around one day on a Saturday afternoon, and the grape one we ended up calling the Grape Ape, a little splash of Sprite, and the orange one is the orangutan.
Together with his friend and coworker Danny, an idea became an icon.
Hands down, the drink that we make the most of. And it just kind of came together in an afternoon moment of brilliance.
That over time grew larger than life.
That's the Grape Ape. When they first really became popular, there were a couple Viking players, Chris Walsh and Mitch Berger, the punter, that would come in here after the games on Sundays and would literally buy them for, if the Vikings won, they would buy them for every customer in here. I mean, they were ordering them 100 at a time.
From Humble Home and Metrodome to Skull and Salutations.
And I think it was all word of mouth at first, and it just became more and more popular, but it did not take long for them to become the signature beverage here at the Loon.
More than just a cocktail. The Loon's Grape Ape is community.
Here we go. And like I said, it's unfortunate we lost Danny just over a year ago. Always want to give him his kudos because it wasn't just me, it was both of us.
A legend born, legends made.
That's how you drink a Grape Ape.
Oh my gosh, they are legendary. The Loon is celebrating the drink invention this week, Thursday through Saturday, with giveaways, special guests, and of course, plenty of Grape Apes. We have all of those details with this story on KARE11.com. All aboard, everyone. Take your seats as this train is rolling towards its milestone moment. Amtrak's Borealis line, which travels between the Twin Cities and Chicago, just broke its passenger record. The line hit 250,000 riders just over a year of service. Amtrak says that ridership on the Borealis line has exceeded expectations from the start. Happening right now, Pet Adoption Center Paws Chicago is taking urgent action to rescue cats and dogs from shelters that were affected by the Texas floods. The center welcomed 22 rescued dogs Monday afternoon, and dozens more will arrive today. Now, in the next few weeks, furry friends will receive their treatments and vaccinations. Soon enough, though, everyone, all rescues will be looking for new homes. Just look at those faces. Hang up your smartphones because old school is calling. Payphones are making a comeback in the streets of Vermont. Hallie Jackson has the story.
At this workshop in rural Vermont, what's old is new again. A blast from the past that looks cool and sounds cool. But for Patrick Schlott, it's his way of paying it forward.
It started as sort of a hobby, and it spiraled into something that is a pretty cool public service.
For the last year and a half, Patrick has been buying old payphones and fixing them up before putting them to work around town.
There are large swaths of the state without cell phone coverage. The Vermont ethos is very neighbor helping neighbor. So I figured that's the way I can contribute. Inspired
by similar efforts in cities like Philadelphia and Detroit, Patrick has installed phones at places like this general store, a rest stop, and a library. But they're not payphones, technically, since they're free to use, sort of. Patrick pays for each call out of his own pocket.
I call it a pay less phone because you don't need change.
Holly Legue is the director of the Latham Memorial Library, home to one of the phones.
These kids wouldn't have another option to give their parents a call if we weren't able to offer this phone.
In just a month, this phone made more than 200 calls by families like the Kramers.
There's a lot of times where Ian and my other kids come to the library after school before I can pick them up. and they don't have cell phones yet.
Sometimes I don't know when I'm going to get picked up from the library, so I can just call mom or dad.
These phones, not just useful, they're turning back time.
There's just kind of a fun element. I mean, in libraries, we love to bring older technology into the hands of people who might remember it fondly or maybe have never seen it before. So it brings a lot of joy.
And Patrick's got new locations planned with the same mission. Neighbor helping neighbor.
That's the way I can contribute. Kids need to phone home. It doesn't matter why you need to use the phone, but that can be a positive benefit for the community.
Oh, that is such a good idea. Stick with us. We have more news weather coming up after the break.